It wasn't long ago that Sridhar Ramaswamy was the king of Google advertising. During his 15-year career at the search startup that became an internet giant, Ramaswamy built, scaled and ultimately ran Google's $115 billion advertising division. However, he finally left in 2018 after becoming disillusioned that Google's obsession with growth was affecting everything from search quality to consumer privacy. Initially, he did the expected, he joined top-drawer venture firm Greylock Partners as a partner. Then the 54-year-old did the completely unexpected, launching a startup to build an entirely new search engine from scratch, but this time without data tracking and without ads. In other words, without the things that make money. It's a bit like the world's most successful butcher opening a vegan restaurant, or the top oil engineer for Exxon starting a wind farm. To pay the bills, Ramaswamy is planning on a subscription model for Neeva, the search engine he co-founded in 2019 in Mountain View, California, just down the road from Google's headquarters. Helping on the revenue side will be Ramaswamy's co-founder Vivek Raghunathan, who spent nearly a dozen years at Google working on everything from monetizing Google Search and YouTube to working on what has now become Google Assistant. Ramaswamy serves as CEO, Raghunathan oversees engineering. Neeva users will pay between $5 and $10 a month to get the search results they want rather than what advertisers want them to see. The challenge, obviously, is getting folks to pay for something they are used to getting for free. Sometimes I joke with people, listen, all of us pay for the water that comes through our tap, says Ramaswamy. And they just don't care. Because you know what? It's a low-cost, high-quality product. Why don't online services work the same way? The idea is getting traction. Neeva announced today that it raised an additional $40 million funding led by Greylock and Sequoia Capital. The round brings Neeva's total funding to $77.5 million with a valuation of $300 million. The funding will be used to expand beyond the invitation-only alpha testing they launched in June 2020 into a much wider beta release this spring. Neeva is also bringing on Udi Manber, Google's former head of search, to work with the startup 2 days a week. Additionally, Margot Georgiades, Google's former president of Americas, is joining Neeva's board. In total there are now about a dozen ex-Googlers among Neeva's 45-person full-time staff. Neeva is debuting at a time when Google and other digital advertising companies like Facebook are under unprecedented pressure as people become increasingly aware of their data privacy, or lack thereof. The concerns have prompted a wave of newly proposed government regulations and antitrust investigations, both in the US and abroad.